Hey, this is Sam Stone, CBR, here at New York Comic Con 2022 with Jeremy Adams, the screenwriter of Mortal Kombat Legends Snowblind, and director-producer Rick Morales, playing Mortal Kombat on the arcade one-ups Mortal Kombat. Yes, yeah.
Deadly serious.
This is serious business. Let's talk about the film. It's out on digital HD on October 9th and on physical home video on October 11th. Gentlemen, let's start at the beginning. What was the first introduction you had into the Mortal Kombat franchise?
Yeah, whatever. No, what happened was I remember the first time I saw it because people were playing Street Fighter a ton, and I was at a pizza joint. I'll just wait for he does that. At a pizza joint, and this thing showed up, and it was like everybody was gathered around it.
It's like a pattern. It's a practical
pattern.
Yeah.
Everyone was gathered around it, and it was like super violent, and I was like, I can't believe we're allowed to play this. I kept thinking my mom was going to stop me or like find me doing it, and I'll just be over here. I'm trying to talk!
Yeah, I'm not going to let you.
You're not, I know!
You talk too much, that's why you're losing.
Yeah, well now it's Rick's turn. Like, what was your intro?
This was it. That's why I sort of remember some of the moves, but...
What are you talking? What do you mean?
Yeah, no, it was this game. And I used to play it in the arcade all the time, although it doesn't look like it now. But,
yeah, I know. We're all trying to do moves. Oh, there it is. Oh, there it is.
With Snowblind, we're seeing Sub-Zero, we're seeing Kano in this kind of wasteland world. What was it about having these two characters as the as the returning characters from the previous two entries in this post-apocalyptic world?
You didn't even hear that question. You didn't even hear that question.
No. You're gonna give me it. That's why.
No.
Oh, I got it now.
No!
All right, sorry. So I grew up playing Sub-Zero, and
obviously.
obviously.
Whatever.
No, no. After we made the first two films, it was while we were making the second one.
Yeah.
That I was like, I want to make something smaller, and
yeah.
and I knew that I wanted to do something more with Sub-Zero. So that's.
See, I just knew I needed a job, and then what happened was. They asked us to do, just come up with a bunch of different ideas, and this was the kind of post-apocalyptic thing was one of the versions, and we all just kind of settled on it. But oh my gosh.
Sorry, this is
how all
interviews should be. Absolutely. This is how you guys should do writers room too. But the what was it about making Kano? Because Kano is just kind of like this big bandit figure. Oh, that was perfect.
Sorry.
What was it about? Yeah. Why?
Oh, I didn't
Oh, there he goes. Oh, you almost got it. Wait for it. And what was it about making Kano the principal antagonist of this particular picture?
Well, I just felt like it lent itself to the world, and also I thought it was interesting because you would never expect him to be the main guy, right? Generally that's Shao Kahn or Shang Tsung, and so to me it was unexpected. It was an unexpected choice. So, and I just love Kano. He's so sadistic, and so there's nothing redeemable about him. He doesn't have a good reason for doing anything he does. He's just kind of bored, He's been doing this a long time, and
you cheap piece of garbage.
I know, but you gotta.
Come on.
Toasty. What about on the other side of this? We've got Kenshi, who's introduced, and we've got Manny Jacinto voicing the character. What was it about having this story told through Kenshi's eyes? That's a pun for the movie.
I love that you're sweating. What are we talking about, Kenshi? Who cares about Kenshi? You got yeah. What about Kenshi? No, it was just cool. It was like a cool. He's a cool character. He's a cool design.
And he's one of the newer characters that hadn't been in the other films, and I wanted to open up the world. So he seemed like a natural choice to me, just because he's such a cool looking character, and the trope of the blind samurai and all that. It's like, oh, this is what this was.
I forgot. Yeah, I mean, it is a trope, but we had talked about it even in 2. When we were looking at different characters we wanted to use, it was that was definitely one that we knew if we ever got another bite at the apple, we were going to have to do. But we didn't. After 2, we didn't think that was going to happen. And then I got a call from some of the higher ups, and they're like, "Hey, we want some more of these. Can you can you come up with some ideas? And so not, like I said, I just did a list. Get you garbage.
Hey, why don't we both miss each other?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
And then and then we sent that list to NetherRealm, up to Warner Brothers chain, and NetherRealm really focused on this. And now I can say the Johnny Cage one, which, you know, impossibly. But so we it's so exciting because again, I think the you suck. I hate you.
Well, let's expand on Johnny Cage. What was it about making him the protagonist of the fourth, and what can you tease in so much as you can?
Oh my gosh, we can't tease
It's
him.
going to be pure,
Yeah,
pure unadulterated awesomeness.
It is
from
a
start to
thing
finish.
that I sit there and I go, I can't believe they let me do this, and it is so much of like
It's
I
the,
wish
it's, the
on
mo-
it-
it's the movie that probably never should have been made. No.
yeah. It's everything.
I thought it was a great idea. I think it was you that came up with it.
Of course,
right?
it's like all my DNA is in that movie, and it's a nice reprieve because this one is much more serious, and I could tease that it's not as serious. Obviously, because the minute you have Joel McHale involved as Johnny Cage, it's going to be one of those things where, oh, come here. It's going to be a little more lighthearted in a lot of ways, super violent,
Funnier. I mean, the thing
yeah.
is, like Joel McHale, like to me, I think it was Wes Gleason that
Our voice director, yeah.
mentioned Johnny as or
Joel as Johnny. Yeah.
And when he said it, I was like, oh my god, yeah, of course. And then when he remember the first record when I never met Joel McHale before,
Yeah.
and then he walks into the room and he's like.
He's this tall,
And
muscular
buff,
guy.
and you're like, oh my god, he
And
is
he's
Johnny
super
Cage.
funny,
And he's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
And he's got the same attitude, or
Well, now I can't
what we
unhear
made.
him as Johnny Cage. That's the thing.
Yeah, and so like he's such a great. I feel like I like our take on Johnny. I like Joel's take on Johnny.
Yeah.
And so to me, it was like a no-brainer to do something with him where he was the lead. It was his movie, and he got to sort of just run with it.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh.
I was winning.
A new challenger has appeared. But with this, I mean, this movie coincides with the 30th anniversary of the Mortal Kombat franchise. What did you want to speak to that milestone, and what do you think it is about Mortal Kombat that has endured the test of time?
You're showing how old I am.
Yeah, I know. Like I actually don't want to speak to that.
Yeah.
Because, that was 30 years ago.
I'm not trying to remember.
It's amazing that it's gone on and it remained as relevant as it has. You know, it's very difficult for a property to stay that way and not, you know, fall flat on its face at some point. It's the games that carry it, obviously, you know?
Yeah.
But I think also the world itself is so broad, it's so big, there's so many, you know, different types of characters and
I'm gonna throw this thing.
and avenues of just thoroughly whooping somebody. That I'm just joking.
No, you're not.
You're doing
No,
fine.
yeah.
You're doing fine.
Oh,
I don't even know what I'm doing. I
Yeah.
can't-
What do you?
I don't know, man. It's back forward, isn't it? Or if you hold it, or is that in two?
What are you trying to do? Selling
Luke Kang's bicycle kick. Like,
Oh, that's a tough one.
do you remember what that one was?
It's like back forward kick or something like that.
Oh.
I could be wrong. It's been a long time. Yeah, I'm wrong. I apologize, but
No, I'm Sonya.
yeah. Oh, who is your favorite Mortal Kombat character?
It's Joel McHale now.
You know what? It's funny because it kind of is. You
It
know?
kinda is,
I've
especially after
always
the
liked
next one,
Johnny,
yeah.
But then once we got Joel on board for Johnny, it was like,
Yeah.
God, I love this guy.
Yeah,
I want
he's
to see
great.
more of him. I want to see him more.
There's a lot to be said about Snowblind though, and the fact that the Sub-Zero that we're dealing with and the kind of journey that he goes on is pretty awesome. You know.
That's why, you know, when we started making this, that's why I wanted to direct this one myself. You know, because
Right.
we knew it was going to be this sort of Mad Max spaghetti western type of thing, and it's like I have a real love for all those films, you know.
Yeah.
And so to be able to kind of do something in that vein, it's just an opportunity that doesn't present itself a lot. So I was like, yeah, I'm doing this one.
Without going into maybe spoilery specifics, even though this is a more intimate story, especially compared to Battle of the Realms,
Yeah.
you've also opened it wide, like the possible
Right.
storytelling possibilities wide by the end of it. How was it kind of seeding that and making it such rich potential for directions to go moving forward?
Well, so one of the things But the first two was, we were kind of covering, well-covered territory.
Right.
And putting our spin on it. But my honest feeling was that we tried to do too much in the second one, and I wanted to scale it down, there's so many characters, and we tried to fit as many in as we could.
Yeah.
And because of that, you can't really drill down into anything like real, And so when we before we even knew what this was, I knew that we wanted to focus it on like one or two characters only, and sort of stick with that and make something smaller.
Right.
How's it, is there ever any talks about like how gory you can take it? I mean, it's a hallmark of the franchise.
The only thing that I've ever gotten, as far as that goes, was in Scorpion's Revenge. We kill the kid at the beginning, right? And we showed it. And I knew full well that was never gonna fly.
I wrote it too, that like you wouldn't see the total violence of it, and then these sickos, just went ahead and.
So I mean, I put it in there knowing full well that it was going to be taken out, but we shot it in such a way that it was a real easy fix to not. But we showed it graphically, and it's heart wrenching, especially as somebody that has a kid to like approach and then watch, and then the actress that did the voice, she's like gurgling on her blood, and it was horrible. And so that's the only thing that and it was the crazy thing about it was that it went through our execs. It got approved by everybody legal on our end, and I was like, oh my god, this is gonna make it into the film.
Right.
Like, what are we? And then Netherlands was like, maybe you
can't do that.
Like, okay, great.
Yeah,
you guys got it. All right, yeah. Oh, you switched it up.
Yeah, let's go too. I don't even know.
Oh, yeah. The sorry, I love Mortal Kombat too. That's kind of my. But the what was about Shang Tsung? Because we see him in a more reduced capacity at the start of the movie, but it's still Shang Tsung, so we can always have to be on our guard.
Well, that's part of why we wrote it like that, because there's so many, generally, even when I write, and the ideas that come up with are generally like defy convention in a way, and that's part of the thing that I wanted to show is that, this isn't. You're like, why is Kano working? Like, I mean, why is he? I'm like trying to speak.
It's very difficult.
Yeah, it's like why is Kano the head of this thing? And obviously Shang Tsung's gonna come in here and do what he's gonna do, you piece of crap. And then we're just defying that expectation, because there's a lot of like those hidden doors in this movie, especially if you're a fan of Mortal Kombat, you're going to understand as they become unveiled. And that was get you. Oh, you did it!
I was trying to do that.
I got time for one more. I mean, what
You
final?
got time for a bunch more. You just keep talking.
Fair enough. What can you?
You're wild.
Sure. What can you tease about Snowblind ahead of its home video release?
I can tease that Rick sucks. Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Dead.
I didn't make it over there.
Yeah. What can we tease? The tease is it's super violent. It's heartfelt. There's lots of great Easter eggs for Mortal Kombat fans, and I think everybody will. I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's a little more focused. Look at, he's just gonna do it with the chi move, man. What? Oh no!
No! Spiral. Oh! You almost got me. Yep.
I just gotta. We gotta see it. We gotta see it. We gotta see how it goes. Because this one wins it. This was for all the marbles.
Oh, I almost had
No!
There we go.
Amazing.
Look, I think for Snowblind, it's that it's the unexpected, and I think it's a broadening of the world and the possibilities of where we can go.
Right, within the continuity of what happens in the games, like we are being faithful, and I know at first people are like, well, I don't understand what this is about, and then as they start watching, they're like, oh, I see what you're doing, because it really is a lot of Easter eggs and a lot of stuff that's revealed that take place within the game.
Yeah.
And there you have it. Mortal Kombat Legends Snowblind out on digital HD on October 9th and physical home video on October 11th. Gentlemen, thanks for taking the time to play with us.
Great. Smoke.
I had fun.
Yeah, I bet you did.
This is Sam Stone at the CBR here at New York Comic Con 2022. Stay tuned for more coverage.